Thanks, Cedric. So before we move on to criteria number 1, I just want to check in with Victor to see if there's anything in the chat that he wants to discuss.
Thank you very much, Noel. So there are two things that came up, which are really a great introduction into criteria number 1 about the fact finder. And so I'll just answer these questions as a quick overview, and Noel's going to cover this in far more detail. The first question is, so Noel will explain you can move your pin anywhere within the boundary of your proposed park. So if it's a 1,000 acre park or a 1 acre park, you can place your pin to create your fact finder report anywhere within the boundary of that park. Now, the comment or question I received was that in one area of the park, the income is showing as $0. And so if that happens, and there may be a few places in unincorporated areas where there is no census data through our best available source, which is the American Community Survey, then send a report to us, and I will repeat that on the chat feature here. Send a report to us, and we can look at what's going on and possibly provide the solution for you if that happens. So there's going to be a few rare cases in more remote areas where there may be a 0 median household income population showing. If that happens, I just emailed you an answer. You'll email SCORP, spelled SCORP, at parks.ca.gov. The second question that I got was about park acres per 1,000 residents. And I just want to let you know that as we go through criteria 1 through 9, park acres per 1,000 residents is not a factor at all in this program. There could be 1,000 park acres per 1,000 residents or 1 acre per 1,000 residents. It's not a factor in this criteria. So we're just looking at, for criteria number 1, which Noel will cover now, we're just looking at the median household income and low population density. Those are the only 2 factors that this program weighs using the community fact finder. So at that, Noel, that's a quick overview, and take it away. Thank you.
Thanks, Victor. Okay, so we're going to go to page 15 of your application guide for criteria number 1. So again, this is median household income and low population density. As Victor just mentioned, this is a different criteria number 1 than you see in statewide park programs. So for all of you who are working on those right now, we are not looking at park acreage. We are just looking at median household income and the population density. So one of the legislative intents of Proposition 68 programs was to create projects within severely disadvantaged areas. So criteria number 1 is going to provide that data for that intent. So applicants will identify their project site and provide a community fact finder report based upon each location. So points for criteria 1 are determined within these 2 separate rubrics, and again, obviously, income and population. As you see here in this first rubric, you'll receive 10 points if your median household income for the project site is $42,737 or below, while you receive 5 points for a project site that has an income between $56,982 and $42,738. And again, this second rubric relates to the total population found within that half-mile radius of your project site. So now we're going to go to the Community Fact Finder. The Community Fact Finder is linked from our web page, and also the page, or the web page, is also listed here in your criteria. So here is where you find Community Fact Finder underneath technical assistance documents. Yes, great, thanks, Sam. And so we're going to go to an example in Sonora, which is 480 Greenlee Road. Super. Okay, so that's basically how that all works. You hit the go button and you get there. So as you see, the pin here is located kind of in the northeast area of the park. If we move that pin kind of to a little bit further towards that edge of the park, you see that well, oh, here it comes. So you see that the information here on this kind of blue section where Sam's cursor is, that information is based upon that point. So here the median household income being $43,196, that is going to score you 5 points for this criteria. However, you move the pin down here to kind of the southwest part of the park. Great, thank you, Sam. You see the median household income has changed to $36,844. So that is a point that will then give you 10 points according to this first scoring rubric. So we encourage you to move your pin around in your project site. Find a space that is going to give you the most competitive numbers. And again, you will use this median household income number as well as this total population line. That number also goes into your scoring rubric. So once you find your exact great spot, you are going to go and you're going to create a report by hitting this Get Report button. Thanks, Sam. So once you hit the Get Report button, what's going to happen is that you're going to get a PDF document. And this document looks like this. So this is what you will basically hand in with your application. You can print as many reports as you like, but you do only hand in one. And this number up here at the top on the right-hand corner, that is your project ID number. You put that here also in your criteria. So again, you've got your project ID number, your total population, and then also your median household income all listed here on this report. All right, so just briefly, I want to mention the Community Fact Finder Handbook. This also is available on our website under our technical assistance documents. It really just explains what I discussed and will also give you some good visual tips and step-by-step instructions for your pin placement and submitting your application. So as a reminder, your pin must be located within or on the boundary of the project site. It cannot be 3, 2, or even 1 block away. So our office will verify your submitted report for accuracy. And we put that report project ID number into a satellite interface, which then takes us to the precise point where your report was created. So this will help ensure that all statewide applications do submit reports with the pin tip inserted at the project site. So if your pin is not within your project site, we will generate a new report with your pin located in the middle of the site, and this can potentially make your project less competitive. And then finally, you will actually be certifying that your pin is located within the project site using the Community Fact Finder Handbook form, which is something that we're going to talk about in a little bit. So if you have any questions, please use that chat feature. And now we're going to go back over to Christine.